Hey, what's up guys? I'm going to do a review on these Rusty's rags. This is one of the only reviews you'll see me do straight from the package, being brand new. I don't need to use it a bunch to see what it's like. This will just be, you know, first impressions kind of a thing. The only thing I can do is to give you an update for long-term results on the oil and the quality oil that's used in this. I mean, of course, if I get rusty in the future, I'll make an update video on it. But other than that, it's pretty straightforward. I learned about Rusty's rags from Mad Bad Voodoo. He had a video on it, of course, and if you go to his channel, there is a discount code if you're looking to order these things. So definitely an awesome way to save some money, so go check that out. But anyway, this is the Ultimate Knife Care Kit. He also has a gun kit. It's a different version of this cleaning system. So anyway, right in the front here it says it's merino sheepskin impregnated with high-grade silicone for superior. Jesus, wow! It's let me just tell you, it's hard reading through a viewfinder. For superior knife care, provides cleaning, rust protection, and lubrication. Leaves a showroom shine plus a protective barrier. 10-inch by 10-inch flannel cloth included for wiping off excess oil and polishing to a fine finish. And you get a 3mm refresher bottle, quotes, bottle of our signature silicone oil included. Gets in the small nooks and crannies that an ordinary flannel cannot. Non-toxic. Okay, so here's the whole thing. Comes just like this, heavy gauge Ziploc bag here. A little hole punch in the top in case you want to hang it on your wall of tool stuff. You got one of them, you know, boards with the different hooks on it. Okay, so let's see what the back is here. Here's some information. The company, like I said, also go to Mad Bad Voodoo's channel. In fact, you know, I'll throw the link in the description box to his, either his channel or his video on the discount code for this. Because, like I said, if you're going to be ordering, it's good to, you know, get a discount. Why not, right? Who wouldn't want a discount? Alright, so here's a genuine Rusty's Rags product. And this is the silicone impregnated sheepskin, which we'll use to wipe our knife down. By the way, the knife I'm using today, the Spyderco Police. It's an oldie, but a goodie. And it's stainless steel, so it's got quite a bit of fingerprints and rub marks on it and stuff, fine scratches. You can probably see that in all the detail here. So we're going to be cleaning this one up. Going to remove the pocket clip to do that because I want to get underneath there and give it a good cleaning. So anyway, so here's the one part, sheepskin. Then we have the signature oil. Let's see. Okay, take this out of the bag. Make a little dropper bottle. This one says specifically for the knife care. So that's 2, and then we get, let's see, here's our, looks like our dry rag and a rubber gloves, which is good if you don't want to, you know, get your hands all nasty and dirty. Let's see how many we get here. Is there another one in here? Come on. No, just the fingers. Okay, so it looks like you get 1 pair of gloves, which I suppose you can reuse, but I wouldn't. I would just go ahead and, you know, get a little box of them if you're going to be doing this often. So let's see. Move everything over a little bit. Alright, and here's some paperwork. Let me get the bags out of the way. Paperwork that comes with this. Okay. The Ultimate Knife Care Kit by Rusty's Rags. The Ultimate Knife Care Kit is your best choice when it comes to taking care of your knives. The sheepskin applicator is the ultimate in softness and quality. The cloth is impregnated with Rusty's Magic silicone oil that leaves an invisible protective film on all metal, plastic, and wood. Always use caution when cleaning your knives. Easy to use instructions. Okay. Remove sheepskin cloth from factory Ziploc bag and wipe down knife, removing all fingerprints and harmful elements. We'll do that in just a moment. Then use enclosed flannel cloth to wipe off excess oil from the knife and hand polish to a fine finish. Sheepskin cloth can be used multiple times. Please store it in factory Ziploc bag and repeat process every time you handle your knives. Enclosed gloves are optional. Thank you for your purchase of the Ultimate Knife Care Kit. Please visit us, blah blah blah, rusty'srags.com. Alright, so that's pretty straightforward. I'm going to throw the gloves on just because I have them here. They stink, I can tell you that. I use rubber gloves all day for work, and these definitely are the smelliest of all the rubber gloves I've used. Phew. Man. Not an important detail, but true nonetheless. They certainly stink. Okay, so I got my awesome gloves on, ready to go here. Actually, let me prep my knife. Taking the pot clip off, and you can tell this is an old Spyderco because we have Phillips head screws. Wow. I know. I could use the appropriate sized Phillips head and get these started. I don't think these have ever been unscrewed because they're pretty darn tough. In fact, later in the video I'll get some Loctite. I don't have it in front of me now, but when I put this back together, I will Loctite these back on. So make sure they don't go anywhere. Okay. Now, be very careful not to lose any of these screws or the pocket clip. It's going to go off to the side where you can't see, but nice and safe and sound. And look, there's some crud on there underneath the pocket clip. So, alright. First I'm going to do, take out my special magic rag here. Ooh, it is soft. Alright. Now I'll just be wiping down the knife. First I'll do everything closed, of course. Get all the nooks and crannies. I do like the idea of having the oil impregnated in the rag. And yes, it will get in the nooks and crannies because of the way this is situated. I mean, you have long fibers here, so the idea is good. We'll see if it actually works. Giving a good scrub down. Let me smell this. Almost no smell at all. It has a little bit of a stink to it, but maybe those are the gloves. We'll scrub around those holes. Okay, open her up. Be extra careful, obviously, since we're by our blade. So far, so good. There's a couple little spots here which need a more aggressive pad to clean it. But it's getting a lot of the regular stuff off. I had a little glue towards the tip there. This might be hard for you to see. Let me get in closer. See that tiny little spot right up there? That's old glue. We can see if we can get that off. Actually use the back here. More abrasive, and that worked perfectly. Also being careful, as I mentioned, I have a sharpened swedge. So I'm going to use the back here for the base. You see those little spots right above the tang? Right there. I'm going to use the back, see if I can scrub that off. I'm not sure if that's gunk or glue or maybe a little surface rust, but I'm working on that. And helped a little bit, didn't take it off completely. By the way, someone asked me about the pivot pin, or if they're hidden underneath the handle, and it is a pivot pin. It's not a screw, it's not adjustable, but it's in the handle, and then they sand it down. So if I get just the right angle here, you see the circle? That's just where the pin is that holds the blade in. You can see there on the blade, ATS 55, and you can see that little, it's surface rust right above where the serrations start right there, so I'll have to get in there with something else. It doesn't seem like this kit offers anything for rust, but it's not a huge deal. Assuming you don't have rust on your knives, then so far so good with this. Anyway, let's clean the back up a little bit here. And a couple more little spots in the back. You gotta be careful, this is longer in fiber. You can see I'm actually cutting off a little bit of that. So just be careful. Let's see, just doing a quick little rub down. You can see there are a couple spots on there. Again, that's going to be a little bit of surface rust. I'll have to do some flitz work on that. Nothing the kit can offer here, but alright, so the whole thing is lubed up and rubbed down. And I'll put this back in our bag. It came in as suggested. Do that right now. Okay. Now I'm going to hit the pivot with a little bit of this oil here. First I'm going to do a little before and after, my own personal feeling, how this feels. It's okay, it's pretty smooth. There's a little grittiness right here. I can feel it. Alright. Little drop. Let that work in. A little drop on the other side. You don't need much. A little goes a long way. And just open it and close it a little bit without locking it. We're just working the oil in and around the pivot area. Basically, any lubrication where there's metal on metal will make a smoother transition, therefore be a smoother knife. Because this is folding, we have metal on metal. You always have that. Alright. Put our oil away. Then we'll grab our dry cloth, wipe the whole thing down. You can see the oil on the gloves, a little bit of a sheen. But one thing I can tell you is that nothing here really stinks except for the gloves. The oils that are impregnated in the rag and in the bottle, they have no scent, which is a huge bonus for me. I know a lot of different cleaning products, they just stink. You don't want to have to worry about something like that. Alright, so now we're just drying our handle off, as well as buffing it out a little bit. Or polishing, as the direction suggests. It's not an abrasive, so you're not really polishing, but any kind of cleanliness on there will make the finish look nice. So just pretty straightforward, just rubbing the whole thing down, drying all the oil off. Alright, and we'll open her up. She does feel a little smoother already. Alright, now obviously here's where you be careful. Wrap this around my finger. Wipe the blade down without rubbing the edges. Get the spider hole. Very careful on top. Do the spine. Only up to that point. The rest is sharp. Alright. So, there she is. Pretty cool. Suppose I could have cleaned the pocket clip. Not completely necessary, it's not that dirty. I got oil on my gloves anyway, so I'll just kind of clean it right now. Put the pocket clip on, and we'll take a little closer look. Okay. So yeah, right off the bat I can tell you, definitely a little bit smoother. You feel the difference. So the oil in the pivot, I mean any oil in the pivot's gonna help, but it seems like this is some pretty decent oil. This over here, by the way, is not, they're rub marks, scratches, so it's not dirt or anything. That was probably a previous owner. You can kind of see in the light right here. Probably tried to hand sharpen it on a stone and just took the angle way too low and just scraped the side. But anyway, it's feeling pretty good. Still feels a little slick. Alright, let's put our pocket clip back on. Little screws. Actually, what I like to do is I'll put 2 screws, the 2 edge ones are the ones that are on the outside. I'll put those through first. If I can get it through. Working around a tripod, definitely didn't want to drop it. Working around a tripod, and it's a lot harder than you might think. And these are tiny little screws too. So there's one. And there's, oh, no, definitely did not want to do that. Alright, you know what? Gloves are coming off because they're still slick. And I have, you can't see this, but I have carpet over here, so this is going to be really fun to find this teeny tiny little screw. I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. Besides like cutting my finger off trying to clean this knife, that's about the second worst thing that could have happened. But 6 or 7 minutes later, I found the screw. Thank you, Maritac. This is the AAA copper flashlight. Happened to be the closest one to my work area here. And thank God, another reason to have a good flashlight. Okay. So, let's be more careful now without the gloves. I think it's a little easier to do this. There's still tiny little screws. There we go, there's one. And there, come on. Come on, get in there. Man, I had to break out the tweezers. You know what? Let's do this. Let's put it on the screwdriver. Of course, mine's not magnetic, but it's kind of hanging on there. The other one fell off. Good Lord. Okay. Never mind that plan. Let's try something new here. Okay, that one's kind of lined up. Let's get it started just a little bit. There we go. Okay, that's one down. 33% done here, folks. With the screws, anyway. Come on. Alright, that's 2. Can we go for 3? Man, what a boring section of a video. Whoa, hello. That was close. I know some of you are probably thinking, why am I watching this? Because now you gotta know if I can get them all in. Alright, so they're all in. Now I'm going to slowly go around and tighten each one just a little bit. Tighten them all evenly. Okay. Of course, I have to go back later when the video's done, as I said, and take these back out and put some Loctite on them. And wow, was that stupid, because when I went to get the flashlight, I could have just grabbed the Loctite, but I totally forgot. So I was so frustrated that I lost the screw. Alright, so one last wipe down here with the dry cloth. Since I don't have the gloves on anymore, I won't get it oily. And then we'll take a look at it. Alright, well, let's see, what is the verdict here? Well, it's still scratched up, but I have to say, pretty shiny looking. It is nice and smooth. So, overall I'd say it's a pretty good little it's a pretty good little cleaning kit. Obviously, as you saw there, it's not going to help with any kind of a surface rust, so you might want to add a little flitz polish that, or something else that you would use normally. Sometimes you can get those rust erasers, which are pretty cool. I'll do a video on that in the future sometime. But yeah, it's pretty neat. Kit's cool. I like it. One thing I will tell you is that I think it's a little bit expensive for what you get. Just truth be told, it's a little expensive. You could put a kit together yourself. It's not going to have the same stuff, but you could put a kit together yourself for cheaper for what you're getting. However, it's convenient. It definitely has a place if you're not really into to knives that much. I would say it's a very simple, straightforward kit. Now, when I do a cleaning of a knife, it's usually a lot more involved than that. But this is very straightforward. Like I said, perhaps you're a gun guy and you happen to like knives, which I find a lot of people on YouTube are, where they have an interest in knives and they have a few knives, but they're not like knife nuts, you know, and they don't know the ins and outs of knives. So this would be an awesome kit for you. It's very straightforward, like you saw. You got the impregnated sheepskin here. You take it out of the bag, wipe the whole thing down, dry the whole thing, throw a little oil in any kind of moving parts, your pivot. If your lock is a little bit stiff, you can always throw a little oil in there. However, this one's fine. And that's it, you're done. So it's straightforward and easy. I would say that if you have an interest in knives, but you're not a hardcore knife guy, this is probably a great kit for you. If you're really into knives, you probably already have something you know, of your own kind of a kit. And like I said, you can put one together a little bit cheaper. However, you're not going to have the exact same stuff. I can't tell you the exact quality of these oils that Rusty's Rags uses. I can tell you so far it's good. It is a lubricant, it is an oil, but I'll let you know how the rust resistance is in the future on this one. And I can tell you that, you know, I can tell there is a little film, as is with any kind of oil. When you rub something down, that will stay on here, that will help prevent rust in the future. Particularly humidity in storing. So anyway, I think it's okay. It's not bad. It's just a little expensive, but it does definitely fit a market. And like I mentioned a couple times now, I'm just repeating myself. If you're into knives but not that much, I think it'd be perfect for you. But of course, they make a gun kit which is separate. I'm not exactly sure the differences in what the kit involves, but this one's specifically for the knives. I think it's cool. I think the gloves smell funny, which is not a big deal. you can use your own rubber gloves if you want, but overall it's not that bad. I liked it. So anyway, that's it. That's the Rusty's Rags kit, and now my police is nice and purdy again. It's used, but she's purdy. I like her. So now she's shining again. And like I said, I'll personally go back later and just hit that with a little bit of Flitz. Now what I'll do is, since I'm not going to make a video on it, I'll just take a little bit of Flitz metal polish. You can use whatever you want, whatever brand you like best, and I put it on the tip of a Q-tip, and I just basically scrub it back and forth, back and forth. If I really need to, I can use some kind of an abrasive that's a little bit more aggressive than the Flitz. A Flitz will actually polish as opposed to sand. So it just really depends, but it doesn't look like it's much. It's very minor surface rust. You get in real tight and close, you can see that. See it right there? So that'll take care of that. And also it's on the back just a little bit. A couple little spots. But other than that, this cleaning kit did a pretty good job. So that's all. Be sure to check out Mad Bad Voodoo's video if you are interested in this. The discount really helps. I would say with the discount, it's much more reasonable. Definitely. So that's all, guys. You want to see a cleaning video? This is one with Rusty's Rags. It's because it's more of a review on this product, but I'll do future cleaning videos showing how I do it specifically, how I normally would do it. It is much more involved, but it really depends on the knife and what state it's in. I mean, sometimes if I get a knife in a trade and it's really beat up, it could take like an hour to actually clean it up how I like to. But if it's just an EDC blade, it could take as little as 2 or 3 minutes. And this is something very simple to do. Basically wiping it down, drying it, and oiling it. So that's all, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I thank you very much for watching and hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.